Welcome to Rational Review. It's your host, Big John. We got some immigration ICE stuff today. Let's get into it. They got another one. They got another one. As soon as you got denied on your case, they're like, nope, you're done.
No person is illegal.
You just got chosen to be deported, and ICE are here to assist you. That's just how it goes. That's how the law is supposed to work. I don't know why they don't have officers there on the courthouse to take people into custody like on the regular. No, your case has been denied. You cannot seek asylum here. You need to go home to your own country. And then they let them walk out of the courthouse like they're just going to willingly leave. I mean, come on, that's stupid. Check this out. This video just shows you how some people like to take little bits and pieces and stitch them together to try to make it look like they're saying something else.
What the hell's the matter with everybody up in Congress? People are dying every day.
Okay. Now, they left that vague. They didn't even give you any context, so they can try and make it sound like he's talking any way he can, any way they want him to.
A 49-year-old Canadian man has died in ICE custody. Here's what we know. Earlier this week, Canadian citizen Johnny Noviello died while being held in U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement custody at the Bureau of Prisons Federal Detention Center in...
So, how did he die? Oh, did he have a heart attack because he's so overweight? Because he's so fat? Is that why? Come on. How did he die?
Of course there's. Families can be deported together.
A guy
He's saying that, you can stay together as a family.
who's leading a machine designed to tear families apart, ripping people out of their homes, out of their lives, is living apart from his own family out of fear. He gets the privilege of making that choice. The family he's targeting, they don't.
See that? Trying to say, no, he gets the choice. He chooses to be fearful for his family because of what he wants to do, because he wants to obey the law, do his job, and do what this country asked him to do. Yeah, he chose to do this. Yeah, he did. But you're saying somehow, he gets that choice, but these illegals don't get that choice. Yeah, because they're illegal. They weren't supposed to be here in the first place. It's crazy.
This form I'm holding, a mere 2 pages, is a document that more and more immigrant parents are filling out to try to protect their children. It basically designates a caretaker in the very real event that a parent gets detained and or deported by ICE and essentially separated from their children. Now, this is not guardianship. This is a temporary 2-year agreement between the parents and whoever they designate to try to make decisions on their behalf as to their children's education and their health. The Brazilian American Center here in Framingham, you see it right over here behind me, says that they've seen a spike in these requests from 1 form in April to now 63 in June alone. And the center says that this is due to a number of factors, including how parents have become more concerned about ICE operations in their community, and also that they've become more aware of this option of filling out this affidavit to try to protect their kids.
This goes to show 2 things. How great America is, and these illegals that don't follow or aren't up with our understanding that, having a whole family together, not separating yourself from your family, is better for the family. Even if you have to live in worse conditions, most of the time it's still better for the kids. But Yeah, it's crazy. And then, all they're complaining about, oh, they're separating families. Look, they're doing it to themselves. The illegals are doing it to themselves. They're purposely separating their kids, saying, no, y'all are going to stay here because I'm getting deported. No, you're going to stay in the better country because it's going to be better for you and easier for you, which I get maybe some of the concern, but most of it is because they know that they'll have a better life here than going back home. That's all it is.
Since people don't believe me when I say that neighbors, friends, coworkers, and family are literally snitching on each other to ICE, this is called ICE Raid. Notice the Make America Safe Again.
I hate that word snitch. All snitch is someone that's butthurt because they're going to get caught. So they need somebody to blame other than themselves. It's very childish. Snitch, come on, grow up, man.
It's an app whose sole purpose is for people to be able to send in anonymous tips about anyone who might be an undocumented person. And it's even grosser than that because the app literally rewards you with money for any information of quote-unquote suspected criminal activity. Pay attention to that for later. In addition, this is taken directly from ICE's official website. Notice the official US government website there. And yes, I did scribble out the numbers because I'm not giving out that on my page. But as
Wow. Okay, yeah, so he hates the law. He hates immigration enforcement. So he'd be okay with that just opening the borders and letting, how many billion people or millions, like 350 million people that would eventually come into this country? Could this country handle 350 million more people? What would happen to this country? I mean, come on, this social services and stuff, that would all disappear because they would end up trying to tax the working man, the American, so much money that the American would just be like, no, I can't afford it. Why am I going to work if I'm just paying taxes? It doesn't even pay my rent no more, so I'm done. So I get it, but hey, you know what? Yeah, you can report. But what I want to know is like, how do you know who to report? What if you're just mad at your, Hispanic or Haitian neighbor or something, and it's like, really? You shouldn't be able to like falsely report either. I don't think. I mean, it's why they call it a tip line, but still, I don't know. It's, I get it, but yeah. Let's hear what the rest of what he has to say and see if he has any merit to this argument.
As you can see, this is a hotline to report suspicious criminal activity, aka undocumented people, aka people who are just brown. I mean,
No, it said criminal activity. It said criminal activity. They're not talking about immigration with that, I don't think. I don't think they're talking about that. I think they're talking about people actually doing crime. Like, y'all got neighbors that are doing drugs. Yeah, go ahead, tip the ICE. They'll come check it out.
even have postable graphics for horrible people to use. And if you even remotely paid attention in school, you know that this is nothing new, because back in World War II, that's literally what the Nazis did. They had citizens snitch on their neighbors, family, and friends to the Gestapo, and even though they made it seem like the Gestapo was this huge secret police, in reality there was only about one police officer for every 10,000 citizens, which meant that they were reliant on a network of thousands of informants just snitching on each other.
Yeah, but what you don't mention is the vast military they had, that if you were found out to have not given information, you were harboring. And you were going down with them. So it wasn't just about, hey, I want to mind my business. It was like, no, you have to kind of know. No, if your neighbors are someone we're after and you don't report them, we might take you away too because you didn't tell us about it. That's how bad that was. That's not what this is. This is asking for tips. It's not telling you have to. That's one of the big differences.
In addition, the Nazis literally manipulated people by trying to make it seem like they were just telling on criminals, even though sometimes the crime was just being stereotypically Jewish.
Which in that country, that was a crime. They were, I mean, you have to realize technically it was a crime. That's what that country decided. That's why we had the whole war, because we disagreed.
Looking, even though they did not have proof that they were even a Jewish person. Sound familiar?
No, it doesn't sound familiar because all these ICE agents, even when they're questioning somebody, how hard is it to show law enforcement your identification? If a cop or ICE stops me and says, "Hey, do you have ID?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, here you go. Here's my driver's license." If I didn't have that, I'd be like, "Here's my identification card." It's that simple. My kid's mom is Mexican. You know what she has in her wallet? An identification card. It's not that hard. People make all this fuss about, or Democrats and leftists make all this fuss about ID. But it's like, really, no, it should be a federal law that every person is required to carry identification on themselves at all times. That's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say, hey, you're in this country. We need to know that you're supposed to be here. That's not ridiculous.
Because not only is ICE just picking up random people who just happen to be brown, hoping that they're just undocumented people, even though they have no idea, but just like the Nazis, they're literally telling people that you're just telling on people who are criminals. And this part's literally taken from the ICE website that showed the hotline before. It literally says, you're just telling on criminal activity. Look at all these types of crimes that you could be reporting on. So no, it's not misinformation. In fact,
it's still a crime.
ICE is literally the Gestapo.
All wrong. We all know where Mexicans are Home Depot, swap meets, street vendors. Ain't no one calling ICE spreading misinformation. Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with that. Just because, you might get a Karen or something like that that might try to do that. But they're looking for criminals. Criminals. If you call and they find out you got an illegal, they might pick them up. But they're actually looking, I believe, for more criminals. They're looking for drug dealers. They're looking for sleeper cells. They're looking for murderers. They're looking for all these types of bad people first. They don't mind getting rid of a couple illegals because they still broke the law and they're supposed to be gone. But, come on. And it's a tip line. They have to investigate every tip. They can't just be like, oh, this guy says his neighbor's illegal. Let's go arrest him. No, that's not how it works. They have to go through a process and, do all their background checks and stuff like that. It's like, come on. You're stupid if you think they don't do that. Or you're just naive because you've never had any type of experience with any type of military or police. It's just, you don't know how the system works if that's what you think. This is what the ICE facility in Portland, Oregon looks like right now. Look at this. A bunch of law-abiding citizens tagging everywhere. It's kind of crazy because even if I was out there protesting about something, stuff like that, no, I wouldn't be destroying stuff. I wouldn't be tagging on walls. I wouldn't be doing this stuff. Peaceful protest is supposed to be peaceful, non-violent, non-criminal. Look how many criminals were here. Look at all the criminal activity right outside their building. And what did they do about it? A couple of them, they may have arrested a couple of them, but they didn't get all of them. Okay, listen to this guy. So this is one of the things that we hate. I know the message is for Spanish speakers first, the illegals, but it's like they want Spanish to be the first language. They want to be more important than all the Americans, and it's just sickening.
Noticia de última hora. For the English version, please stay till the end. Se reporta alta presencia de ICE en Huntington Park en este momento. Varios carros y agentes de inmigración se acaban de ver en California Avenue y Flower Street. Les pedimos a todos que estén en Huntington Park que estén alerta y vigilantes. Pasen el mensaje a sus vecinos, familias, y si ustedes están ahí, manténganse sanos y salvos. Recuerden que tienen derechos y síganme para más información mientras esta historia se desarrolla. Breaking news. Heavy ICE presence spotted in Huntington Park this morning. Several unmarked vehicles and ICE agents spotted on California Avenue and Flower Street this morning. A mass ICE operation is expected to happen today in Huntington Park. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and share this with everybody you know. If you're in the area, please stay safe, share with your family and friends, and remember, you have rights. Follow for more information as the story develops. Noticia.
Yeah, see, this guy should get arrested. I don't care what you believe, but this to me is against the law. You're purposely trying to help criminals. To me, that is a crime. You should be arrested. What do y'all think? Y'all think if you break the rule, if you break the law, you should be arrested? Even if it's for something like this, that's like, I know thinks he's doing right, and I know he thinks he's trying to help people, but it's like, dude, the country you're in, you're breaking the law. You're helping criminals. You're helping criminals break the law, which means you're an accessory. What do y'all think about that? Let me know in the comments. What do y'all think? You think that he's breaking the law and should go to jail? Get cited? If he does it again, they go to jail or something? I mean, let me know what you think. This poor man is a victim. But it says another one playing victim after destroying thousands of lives. Thousands of other lives. It's like, no, he didn't destroy their lives. They made the choice to come here illegally, and we're making the choice to send them back because this is a country. This isn't a, hey, do whatever you want, kind of place. The country would no longer be a country if we let everybody do that. There'd be no rules, no laws. And some of y'all think you like that, but the murder rates, the grape rape, lots of other things would go up significantly. It'd be the Wild Wild West if we just didn't obey laws and didn't care about our country. Let's hear what he has to say.
I don't see my family very much. My wife's living separately from me right now, and mainly because I work so many hours, but mostly because of the death threats against me. She's someplace else. I don't see my family very much.
But it's true. And why is he being a victim when he's performing a service for our government? That's how bad these illegals, these people that are on the side of these illegals are. Is a man, if I was in another country illegally, I couldn't want to go after a man because he's in charge of deporting me because I'm here illegally. And it might suck if I was here 23, I'd be like, damn, they're finally doing it, huh? They're finally coming after me. Damn, that sucks. But I would never go try to physically harm this guy or want anybody to physically harm this guy because he's just doing his job. He's not evil. He's just doing what this government wants to be done, what the people voted for. And a small portion of people disagree with that. And, they're going to have to live with it because, we're getting the country back to the way it's supposed to be. Away from these Democrats. They're cheating, lying, and trying to stack the deck against us. The Democrats are trying to stack the deck against the American people. They've been doing it for years, and part of the way they do that is with illegals. Come on, in California, they're using illegals for the census to get extra seats for voting? Come on. It's ridiculous. Take a look at this. This is crazy. So, here, let me turn this on so you guys
está
see
vistiendo de trabajadores de construcción para...
It's all in Spanish, but yeah, so they're saying something, new tactic of getting people at their jobs, like construction, using the internet and a whole other spectrum of services like gas stations, DoorDash, Uber, just to arrest Latinos. Bounty hunters posing as construction workers leaving the federal building in Los Angeles. So they got bounty hunters out getting them too. That's crazy. And then down here, the al final del video. So now finally look at Salin, I think that's the person's name. The ICE in Los Angeles arresting this lady. I don't know. Arresting people for construction site. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. I understand a tiny bit of it, but yeah, that's just going to show. Dress as construction workers. Look, ICE is dressed as construction workers, or no, or I think it's trying to say that these are bounty hunters. See, the ICE bounty hunters posing as construction workers, leaving the federal buildings in Los Angeles. See, that doesn't. So they're calling them bounty hunters, but I think they're ICE agents. I think they're just ICE agents that are dressed like construction workers to get in, find out, and yeah, they're like going undercover at these places. That's crazy. They're really stepped up their tactics. It's crazy. But hey, I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad they're doing. What do you think? You think that's awesome? You think it's awesome that they're doing this to get everybody? You know, I don't know how they're going to get everybody. It seems impossible. They said there's like, what, 20, 25 million illegals in the country? Yeah, I don't know how they're going to get that many. I think they need like 10 times as many ICE agents if they were going to do something like that. I don't think they're going to get it. What do you think? You think it's possible? Do you think it's possible? Do you think them posing as other people is right, wrong? Let me know. Oh, you gotta look at this. This is crazy. It's like, what is she trying to say with this purse she got? Definitely ICE related. Come on.
Camila Cabello is being canceled for
about?
carrying ice at the Met Gala. So during the Met Gala, Camila Cabello carried around this very expensive block of ice. The ice has a gold rose in the middle of it. It was also crafted with some expensive water from Germany, and this single block of ice cost an estimated 22.5 thousand USD.
Woo.
Yet it was just melting the entire time she was carrying it around. Now, Camila deciding to carry around this very expensive block of ice has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. People are saying things like her doing this is a slap in the face to people that don't have access to clean water. They're also saying that $22K for something that melts is wild. And a lot of people are saying that this block of ice is an excessive flaunting of wealth in a time when most people can barely even afford to get by. Now, I should clarify, the ice isn't exactly the expensive part of this purse handbag thing. The rose in the middle is mainly what's causing this ice block to be so much. Like, the actual water used for the ice, while more expensive than regular water, isn't really the reason why this block of ice cost $22K. Camila Cabello is being canceled.
Yeah, no, it's the rose in the middle, but also it's because everything is expensive. I mean, come on, her dress was probably 50 to 100,000, right? So, I mean, come on, it's just the price. I mean, no dress should cost that much money. I don't care who you are, who's making it. No, it's a nice dress, but come on, she paid a grip. But what I don't get is why there's no talk about the symbology of this, the symbolism, the symbolism behind this. It's like, okay, is she? Is this a symbol saying that she supports ICE, that she's against ICE? Is it, I don't know, is she in a new movie with some sort of ICE or something? I don't know. I don't understand what this is. Can anybody in the comments tell me what the heck is going on with this? I mean, do they actually know what's going on, why she did this? Or is it just, I don't know, being chalked up to some crazy millionaire thing? This is kind of funny. I kind of like this. This is a little play on ICE. It's kind of interesting.
ICE is coming! I mean, ICE, immigration, they're coming right now.
Oh my God, I gotta go. There are 2 guards on the loading dock.
Yeah, same with the side door.
Oh God, we're trapped.
Stop! Reverse course, turn around. No, wait, turn around, go back. Go back the other way. Wait, stop, there's like 20 guys coming that way. No, stop. No, there's another one. There's hold on. Dina, just tell us where to go. Okay, hang on, just wait. I don't know. They're everywhere. What? I'm sorry.
No, okay, there's a vent up there. We can climb up on the thing and we'll
create a diversion and take off our top while you go run.
Yes,
Guys.
let's do that. Okay.
Stop. It's okay. It's over.
ICE is coming. I mean, ICE, immigration.
Take off your tops and distract them. Wow. Would she really be doing that to help him or try to get an ICE agent? Because she knows they got good jobs. How many women love a man in uniform, whether they say it anymore or not? They do. So what do you think this is saying? Do you think this is a skit saying, hey, sorry, but, whether we want you to stay or not, the decision's been made. ICE is everywhere, and there's no getting around it. So why am I going to fight it? Just give in. Just let it go. It's over. We got another attention to illegals. People trying to help illegals, trying to tell them, hey, here's all the places you don't want to go. This is where ICE is. This is crazy. I can't believe that, social media is allowed to do this to try to help people break the law.
Atención, comunidad, alerta inminente, hoy 27 de junio, esto es lo que debes saber ahora mismo, hoy no es un día normal, hay movimientos fuertes de ICE confirmados en muchas...
Absolutely crazy. Just insane. Telling people confirmed ICE places. It's like, wow. And then giving you a list. Avoid these places if you're illegal. It's just, I don't know, that's just kind of despicable. You're going against the government. People voted. We made a decision. We live in a democratic republic. We decided as a whole, this is what we want. Just stop fighting it and just let us get what we voted for. It's crazy. Here's one I just came along. Undercover ICE threatening deadly force in Los Angeles. What? Let's see.
Hey, don't fucking move! Don't fucking move! What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey! Horse! Horse! What are you doing? I'll fucking shoot you! Hey! What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I think they should have checked her, too. I think they should have checked to see if she had her papers. But, yeah, no, that's obvious. The guy was about to run over the ICE agent. That would have been completely understandable. You try to run over an ICE agent with a car or any officer with a car, no, you should expect to get shot dead. Or a shot graveyard dead.
What are you doing?
Feel good about this?
I thought you weren't talking to us.
You guys feel good about this?
About what?
About everything happening in LA right now and just terrorizing communities?
What's happening in LA?
You're what? What's happening in LA? People are getting taken from their homes, separated from their family, and treated like animals.
Oh, you're talking about that? Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Lady, I got a job to do. Just because your feelings are hurt doesn't mean I'm going to quit my job. It don't matter. How many people have jobs they don't want to do? Police, I'm sure some of them don't like doing parts of their jobs, but it doesn't matter. And really, terrorizing them? No, they're just enforcing the law. It's like, you feel good about this? You know what? Yeah. But, the messed up part is, even if the cop did feel good about it and liked the situation and liked this and voted for this, he's not allowed to say it because then, we got a cop on camera. We got one on camera saying, yeah, I want this. And then they're the bad guy for wanting order in America. Yep, I don't believe it. Just do not believe some of these people. Delusion to the highest level. This lady, she's going to be talking about how to impede ICE directly.
Hello, sir. I didn't authorize for you to be in here. I need for you to step out of my business.
From hair salons to restaurant kitchens, workplaces are standing up and stopping ICE raids.
But as you can see, the ICE agent didn't really give a shit.
So over the past few months, ICE has targeted small businesses and detained thousands. But without a warrant, this is a direct violation of the Fourth Amendment, which essentially protects us from unlawful search and seizure. Now,
unlawful search and seizure. But, she's muddying the water, trying to make people believe that they can stop ICE agents from doing certain things. She is going to get some of these people hurt. She's going to get some of these people hurt because they're going to listen to her and think, oh, no, I have the rights. I have the rights to do this. This lady, what is it, Mickey Liz? Mickey Liz on TikTok told me I can do this. I don't know who she is. Who is she? I don't even know who she is. I don't know if she's a lawyer or what the heck she is. I don't know. Somebody knows who she is. Let me know. But I have no idea who she is. But she's encouraging these people to do things. She's telling them partial truths. Where it's like, you know what? There's a fine line between what they can do and what they can't do. And you really have to know what the hell is going on and understand where that line is.
Now, in some ways, ICE's incompetence could save lives. Some people have successfully sued ICE for violating their Fourth Amendment rights.
Incompetence? No. All it takes is one tiny little error. One tiny little error. Oh, I forgot to say these 3 words or these 5 words before I said these words. And now it doesn't count. That's not incompetence. It's just, kind of messing up.
And have been released. Judges have also restricted ICE further because of reports of unconstitutional arrests, like banning knock and talk arrests in.
Where's your proof? Where's your proof? These are all liberal judges, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did it, but I don't think they did. And even if they did, they don't have control over federal law enforcement. How would a California judge have control over federal law enforcement? That doesn't make sense. That's not how the country works. Or at least not how it's supposed to work.
California. The thing is, if Trump and Stephen Miller are willing to ignore our rights, we have to know and protect them ourselves.
What rights? If you're illegal, you shouldn't have any rights. The only right you should have is to be deported back to your country.
They're hoping you don't know you have the right to say no to a search without a warrant, or the right to remain silent, or the right to restrict agents to access to private areas, or the right to record any interactions with federal agents and release the footage, or the right to inform others of the presence of federal agents.
Whoa. If they have probable cause, they can search. Informing others of law enforcement's intentions and areas and stuff like that, there's a fine line there. When you're, it's like, there's going to be a case, there's going to be a court case about this, about impeding law enforcement via social media. There's going to be a court case because there has to be. Because too many of these people are emboldened to go out there and try to impede law enforcement.
There's now a national effort to create and support Fourth Amendment workplaces. This includes a pledge to protect staff and patrons from unconstitutional search and seizure and provide training to staff about how to handle these situations.
So what she's saying is they're trying to make it so law enforcement can't come into a business. That way businesses would be hands off from law enforcement, which in turn would make businesses stronger. Businesses would have even more power than they already do. Isn't that something y'all complain and don't want them to have, is all this power?
Last month, an entire city in North Carolina became a Fourth Amendment workplace. For more information about workplace rights, visit fourthworkplace.org.
They may have become a Fourth Amendment workplace rights or whatever, but that doesn't matter. It does not matter. federal law trumps state law. That's how it works. If you're not American, you might not understand that. I mean, come on. Yeah, every American should know that. But at the same time, I can't say I've seen, especially women say some pretty dumb things like, "Oh, let's go to the if it's too hot to go to the sun, why don't we just go at night when it turns off?" Like, are you serious? And it's like, yeah, she was serious. She was a grown woman. I just see stupid stuff like that all the time. I'm like, oh my goodness. I really hope that she is like a super minority, because if she isn't, that's scary. Look at this crazy shit. Oh my goodness. Shame on you. For shame. For shame on all y'all getting in their way. For shame on you for just repeating the F word over and over, dropping it over and over in public like that. I hope there's no kids around.
You gonna shoot everybody? You gonna shoot everybody? You're gonna shoot everybody?
They haven't shot anybody.
Don't let the fucking domestic fucking violence. I wonder how your fucking
Domestic violence. He doesn't even know what he's saying. He's just saying stuff. He's just saying terms he's heard before.
You right here. Fuck you.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the officers.
What you gonna do? Beat everybody? Y'all gonna beat everybody like you beat your wife? You gonna beat everybody like you beat your wife?
Accusing ICE agents or federal law of beating their wives. That one guy is just a police officer. Accusing them of beating their wives just because they're doing their job.
Fuck y'all! Fuck y'all! Fuck you! No fucking license plate, no nothing! No license plate, nothing!
Yeah, y'all keep destroying their vehicles.
To instigate shit!
You haven't had
Who
time.
you gonna beat with that? You gonna beat somebody with that? You gonna beat somebody with that? You fucking pussy! Y'all some fucking pussies! Y'all some fucking pussies! You pussies!
Yeah, you say that. You're big and bad because you know they're not going to attack you. That's the only reason why you're talking like that. You are a punk ass little bitch. Threatening people that you know aren't going to hit you. This is like women when they hit men and threaten men and stuff, because it's like they know the law is on their side. It's like, really? Yeah, they have to do their job, but they also can't, just attack random people for yelling and screaming. It's crazy. Sometimes I wish they could. Shit. Some of these people, like this guy, he might deserve a little thwack in the head, Might straighten him up.
Pussy! Pussy! You fucking pussies! Y'all some fucking pussies!
Is this a dude or is this a woman?
Fucking pussies!
Oh, I think this is actually a woman.
Fucking pussies!
Raw Hipster
fucking
3.
Pussies.
I think it's a woman. Oh my goodness.
Fuck
I don't know.
You.
Wow.
You love to antagonize people! You love to antagonize people! You love to antagonize people!
They're not antagonizing. If they're antagonizing, they'd be talking smack too. They'd be talking smack and threatening.
Take y'all pictures back there!
Bitches!
And then they just stop. As soon as ICE are back in the okay, we're done. We're on break. Oh my goodness.
Kai, quédate aquí.
It's a ghost town here today at my factory.
Familia, this is wild. On camera, they caught one of the new tactics by La Migra, where they are promising migrants papeles if they just sign paperwork for them. Just watch. Exactly.
Let's see. What did it say? It said La Migra's newest tactic to kidnap migrants. They're not kidnapping. They're arresting, they're detaining, and they're deporting. Come on.
Familia, this is wild. On camera, they caught one of the new tactics by La Migra, where they are promising migrants papeles if they just sign paperwork for them. Just watch.
Exactly. Now you guys are forcing the issue right now.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to take her.
But I mean,
You're gonna have to take her.
It's voluntary, but I don't think you guys should tell them of that. And she volunteered. She did.
Yeah.
She did.
No, you did not tell her what her rights are.
You weren't there. Ma'am, you weren't even there. Stop. All right. Stop interfering. You have no business.
Yeah, you have no business
This is
here
a
either.
legal
Go home. Go away.
Okay.
Go away.
We are not conducting anything. We're not doing anything.
Where's the warrant?
Legally authorized to do.
Where's the warrant?
Estamos tratando de hacerlo aquí para que puedas quedarte aquí y regresar con tu hijo. Si no, te vamos a tener que llevar y tienes que hacer arreglos para regresar para acá con tu hijo. ¿Qué es más fácil? ¿Que me das la información o que te llevamos con nosotros?
I hate it when they do that. That's one thing I hate about their languages. It's like, yeah, I can't understand them. And it's like, really? Yeah, I even seen movies now, shows on Netflix and other streaming services and stuff that's like, they'll be playing the movie and then somebody speaks in Spanish or another language, most of the time Spanish, and there is no translation on the screen. There is no, hey, this is what they said. You're just supposed to understand it because we're in America. Wait, what?
Es tu decisión. Pero seguro que me van a dar papel. Sí, eso es todo lo que está diciendo. Por eso estoy llenando la forma. Estoy tratando de ayudar.
Ma'am, you're able to record, but you're way too close to our office.
I have to hear what she's saying.
You don't need to hear it.
No,
You're not
I need to hear what she's saying so I can show it to a lawyer.
Step back. You can record all you want. You just need to do it from over there.
I'm going to stand by this woman.
You don't need to touch her. You're now
I will
interfering.
stand.
Move away
I
from
will
the
stand by this
She's
woman.
interfering.
You're here.
And why is it everybody thinks that they're entitled to see search warrants and arrest warrants and stuff like that when they're not the ones being arrested? You know, I mean, if you're arresting me, yeah, I might have the right to be like, hey, show me the warrant. But still, they don't have to show it to me immediately, I don't think. I think they can arrest me and then show it to me. You know, even show it to me at the, at the police station when they're booking me or something before they before they read me my Miranda rights, stuff like that. Because until then, I'm just being detained. Now, people always blowing this stuff out of proportion.
Oh, you tricked me. You tricked me.
Nice try.
I seen it.
You saw it?
No.
Get out.
No.
I seen it.
I just want to hear what she's saying, and he won't let me do it.
No,
Try
he's
to
like,
listen.
nice try. Yeah, she's trying to play the victim.
La mera neta me rompe el corazón. Did y'all hear the lady
It's-
ask que si le van a dar papeles? She clearly doesn't know what to do. And this guy's her a bunch of liars. There is no paperwork that they can fill out to give somebody papers. They're trying to get her signature. And if you listen, the options that they gave her were either you come with us or you fill this out so you can stay with your son. And if they're actually trying to help the lady, if they're not doing anything sketchy, why are they fighting so hard to not let this moment be documented?
How do y'all know? And they didn't say it couldn't be documented. They just didn't want the other lady interfering because it's none of her goddamn business. That's like somebody being arrested on the street for a DUI, and I'd take it upon myself to pull over and be like, whoa, 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 hold on. I don't know this person, but because his skin color is the same as mine, why are you arresting him? And you better tell me, or you're evil. You're evil. You're evil anyway. But, no, come on. And also the Spanish part, maybe you should have told us what the Spanish said, dude. For all us non-Spanish speakers, Or do you not care about non-Spanish speakers like most of y'all seem to do? At least here in California. Here in California, the vibe is white people need to leave. They need to get out. Y'all should fear because this is our state. This should be our country. We're supposed to be in charge. That's the vibe coming from all Hispanics. That's always been the vibe my whole entire life. And y'all wonder why I ain't sad for y'all. Especially, I lost so many job opportunities. So many job opportunities because they'd rather hire illegals than an American. I've lost job opportunities because they want a Spanish speaker over an American that doesn't speak Spanish. It's like, really? So I'm better at the job. You hire a Spanish speaker, then you expect me to train this person to do their job, and they're making more money than me. How does that make sense? But I'm supposed to feel bad for illegals coming in that y'all want to hire for more money than me because you like them better sometimes and because you want to treat me like the illegal in my own freaking country. It's ridiculous. I've always felt like the minority in California. I mean, come on, all my schools, until I got to high school, the percentage of white people in our schools was like almost nothing. It's crazy. My elementary school, it was just what? Me, my sibling, and that was it. We had a couple of kids that were like half, but that was it. Don't believe everything these people tell you. Just don't believe everything they tell you. It's ridiculous the amount of lies they make up, how stupid they are, and try to make up stuff. Oh, they don't want them recording. It's like, no, they don't want you in their business because you have nothing to do with it. Nowhere for any crime can just some random person and walk up and demand warrants and paperwork and all this other stuff for somebody else's for something that's happened to somebody else. The cops aren't going to show me nothing. These people are delusional. Delusional as hell. All right, y'all. That's it for today. I'll see y'all next time on the Rational Review.